Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Aaron, and we're going to do another gameplay video today. We're going to do some gameplay review over a V9 K9 VS match that I played earlier. Is a mirror match. I think this matchup is pretty interactive and complex, and we're just going to get right into it. Real quick, if you want to do any coaching, all my links are down in the description below, and yeah, we're just going to check it out. So yeah, we have the Rosin start out. Sorry, real quick. My hand is Stake Your Soul, Xiaolong, Holy Su, Fire Attacker, Impulse. So theoretically, the only interrupts that we have are Holy Su, summoning Xiaolong on the resolution, and then revealing two fires to either add a dark for Holy Su, or yeah, so we get to add a dark, so we can do Holy Su to summon from deck, which can be then Rosin and Caesar. So we will lose a lot of the cards in our hand, but we will potentially have board presence. But when we're playing the mirror match and we're turning on cards like potentially Azuna, obviously like they can make Ripper to like be proactive in preventing our plays. Obviously, there's a Mad Love on the board right now. So it is going to be pretty difficult for us to try and win this game. Here, I recognize that Ripper is coming, so I'm like, okay, we have to try and do something. So we do the line that I talked about. You Holy Su reveal Xiaolong. And then we go for Holy Xiaolong reveal 2. And zone placement. I thought he had revealed for Rosin, so yeah, I gotta make sure that's cleared up. And then he has Mad Love live. Luckily, there's nothing on board that he can bounce on my field. But if I go for Rosin, which is pretty much the only viable play if I want to create an interrupt, try and hit this Holy Su as a level 5 monster, then his Mad Love can be live. And yeah, this is what happens. And so yeah, this is just testing gameplay. We're all in Dueling Book. So we're going to go back and fix plays, and I'm pretty confident he like goes back and fixes this, right? Yeah. So he recognizes it. If I want to do actually be something proactive here, I'm going to Mad Love the bounce. That way, like, you can't chain anything here, whatever. Totally cool. So instead of me being able to out this Holy Su, reveals Lupus and Mad Love, which I think the Lupus wasn't known at this point. So yeah, now we have more knowledge of his hand, but now it's just like another level 5 monster that's going to be on board and make it really difficult to win this game. So yeah, we get the Rosin back. We start Caesar Valius. And now we have the option to summon it to board, bounce Holy Su, and then we'll have a pop at any point, which is what I choose to do. Obviously, losing the Caesar Valius can be pretty impactful. There's only one in this list, and that's pretty much a standard for Justice Hunter format for right now. So I think committing it can be a little scary, like if they get under Nash Knight or whatever. But when he's threatening Ripper right now, which means I have to put it on board now. And then if he does do something to it, then I kind of have to like take that L when it comes. Because now I have no more interrupts, and he can just like Paradise Smasher me. He can do whatever. Like he can just play uninterrupted for the rest of the turn without that thought. So he draws start. I choose to pop it because this cuts off the trap. I kind of just like accept that Paradise Smasher is like a concern, like something that I can't really beat. But like based on the current setup, like if he just goes for like Rock here, summon Lupus, make Paradise Smasher, it looks bad because like obviously I can't activate monster effects, I can't attack. But like my hand still has Sacred Soul, so like I can get to resources if he ends up like clearing something. And then I still have a lot of bodies on board. Like I can make a Rocket the Vanquisher and like just like have set up for his turn. And just like I'm gonna have to try and play like a really grindy game out. Because if I don't do this, then he just like gets trapped and then like he full boards me anyways. Like potentially if he just like goes whatever Nash Knight to take and then does all of that, then I think it's like as bad if not worse. Like the trap card is like almost unplayable, unbeatable. Like when you go first, like with just like all engine, which is what my hand is. So he goes for Paradise. He ends up going back. Like he's thinking about it. Like I think Paradise may have been the better option, but it's kind of hard to say. I think that card's like a little overhyped. It's obviously very good when it resolves, and he has a setup for it too, like Lupus plus Holy Su and Xiaolong. Like obviously if you open Jokul or Lantern, it's not a card you can make. But in this situation, like he's sacrificing whatever X amount of bodies on board, the Lupus resource. I think it was probably still the best option. Probably like try and it's either that or you can go for like Nash Knight to clear my board, which is what he ends up doing. He's gonna go for Nash off of Ripper, get all these bodies. Yeah, so he keeps guy in hand, sets the quick play spell. Obviously, just very good card. Being able to summon Werewolf. So yeah, he goes Nash Knight. He takes I think my Caesar. I bounce it to try and force the Ripper negate for 1, so I don't have to deal with it on my turn. And then 2, just to like get the Caesar back in my hand. That way he can't snipe it for and I have access to it moving forward. I obviously like I don't have a dark monster in my hand, but like I have Rosin and I have like Staker's Soul and a Xiaolong if I need it. So I didn't feel like it was a big issue to not have access to it in the immediate. And I valued like Caesar as a resource way higher. So he finishes up the turn. He goes rock. We know that he has this liberation set, and then I think there's like another card. So Mad Love is Zuna, which I think was searched at some points, and then Raza, and then I think he has a Dead Small World. So we know like these three attributes are live. So whatever effect he wants is going to turn out to be there, or is going to be activatable. In graveyard he has Holy Sue, which is obviously a super broken card. He has Lupus, so we can turn Lupus plus Holy Sue into rank 5 on my turn. So yeah, like we're up backs against the wall. He has Ripper, and then Masquerade, which will snipe a random card out of my hand if it negates a monster effect on the field, which is what I try to force out early. So I draw the Xiaolong for turn, and if I play in draw phase, I obviously don't have to be concerned with draw. I get a dark monster in my hand, so I can get a second Borger, or get a Borger since it's no longer there, and be able to just like dodge things, like whenever he tries to activate it. Also try and force out Ripper. And just like level 5 bodies being on board I think is important to threaten Ripper and Nash Knight of my own. So here I choose to Borger reveal Earth and Fire. Like the theoretically being able to draw would be nice, but I value like just getting the pressure on board quicker. And like obviously like he can't rock, so like I'm not concerned with Holy Sue right here. And then like yeah, like I said, I get to resolve the Xiaolong. And I think the plan was to go for a dark so I could like first action Caesar Valius if I needed to, or like go into rock, summon Caesar from hand, and then start playing from there. So yeah, reveal 2. And the goal here is just to reveal so that my Xiaolong is live. Which he ends up Mad Loving to bounce out Borger, which makes it a little easier for me. I now have a dark in hand, so I have all 3 attributes. And then reveal 2. Like in a perfect world, like, I don't know if this is correct in hindsight, because like Masquerade's probably never negating this. But one way that you can play around the Masquerade, because like my hand is like a lot of redundancy in terms of like attributes, like I have multiples of everything. So like if I just like get as many cards in my hand as possible, the card that he snipes is less likely to be relevant. Like if I have 3 fires and 2 darks and 2 earths, like he can snipe a earth or a dark, but like I'm still able to activate all my effects. Obviously there's like 2 or 3 specific cards, like if he snipes Caesar or Holy Sue or Staker Soul, it's impactful, but like I'm doing everything I can in the situation to try and win the game. So I'm going as wide as possible in my hand to play around it. So we go Rosin here to threaten Ripper. I think in hindsight I'm supposed to threaten the Masquerade because like, we obviously know that he has Liberation here. And he can just like chain to move it or whatever, and then like pop my Xiaolong. So this in hindsight was a mistake. I should be threatening the Masquerade, which will force it out to he will be forced to Masquerade, when theoretically here he could just chain the quick play spell, assuming he doesn't value the Ripper interrupt, and just like pop my Xiaolong, move the body, and then just like have the snipe out of my hand whenever. Yeah, so mistake on my part. Need to prioritize removing the Masquerade. So I do this. He still ends up Masquerading me, which I think is fortunate. And then he snipes a random card out of my hand, and the card that I don't want him to hit is Staker Soul. Obviously, he hits Staker Soul. But the reason that this is so good is because it is like a guaranteed level 5 on the board. I can reveal Caesar Valius for Holy Sue, which is most likely going to get negated by Ripper now. So I would automatically have access to that on the board. And then, or the other option is to like reveal a fire for Xiaolong. And I play 3 in this list, which I think is pretty standard moving forward when you're playing the Canine package. So yeah, we lose half our life points. Luckily, we're not getting FTK, so it's not a big deal. So he goes Rocket the Vanquisher to add. Oh, whoops. Sorry. Adds back Holy Sue, which is obviously very good. Holy Sue to summon. Reveal Rosin, all this is public knowledge. And here to summon. I think he's just going to go for Rosin into Caesar, which I think is like okay. I didn't really see a big reason to do this. If I'm him, I think I like... So one issue that this deck can have, especially when you don't have access to the trap, is like your board can just get clogged. Like as you can see, he already has 6 zones locked up. So like summoning the reason for Caesar is obviously like a good interrupt, especially on turn 0, like when your opponent doesn't have setup to do anything. But like I am very aware that this is something he can do. So like I think just like guaranteed removing my bodies like in a more opportune time would have been better. Like if he just sticks Holy Sue on the board, it's like pretty hard for me to like do anything, because like I can't attack over anything relevant because of Rock obviously forcing me to attack the highest attack monster, and then obviously he just has like X-Force Liberation to like pop my guy whenever I try and do something relevant. So like he just really wants to out the start, which makes sense. Like you saw how important it was for me going second to out it. But going first, like obviously it's like inconvenient that this card's on the board, but like you have Liberation that can pop it. And then also like me setting the trap is less relevant when like you went first, like you have all the setup already there. And it's much easier for you to just like react to what I'm doing. Like I don't think being proactive when I have like a 6 card hand that is like I think effectively all known. Like I think every single card in my hand is known, and then just like all attributes. So like whatever I'm searching here doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like if you just like clear my board and keep monsters off the field, you're gonna be in a better spot. And like I said earlier, like he has Lupus Engrave, which theoretically can turn into a rank 5 with this. But because he went for this this line where he like summons the Raisin, his board's not clogged and he has no more potential interrupts. So like at this point, once he does this, and as you'll see, he'll go for Caesar. And then I think he bounces whatever, yeah. Does all this, pops start, once I target Jiaolong. I think I don't even know what I was adding, probably like another Holy Sue or something. So yeah, from this point, he has no more interrupts that at least I can be aware of. There's one unknown card in hand, and then X-Force Liberation. I know that I can't really beat any other like non-engine, so I'm just like, alright, so we have to try and win the game here. He has whatever, 6 cards on board, 5 in hand, and then a good like one last interrupt, but like this is all he has, obviously on top of Ripper. So I have to like try and force it out and then still win the game. So there's a very neat card in the extra deck that's I'm not sure if everyone's playing. Is I don't remember the exact name. Arc Rebellion XYZ Dragon, something like that. And this is how you try and just like take advantage of your opponent's misplays. So I do my effects, Holy Sue, force out whatever. I think I use Caesar effect here. I apologize. I skipped over that. So I go Caesar effect to target Rosin. Threaten the Ripper. He negates it, and then I go Borger, target Rosin. I'm just trying to do everything, and I take it back. Sorry, I go Holy Sue, reveal Borger. All this is known, so I'm not revealing anything special. And I put Holy Sue on board. In a perfect world, I would like to take here, but he has Rocket of Vanquisher. Obviously, can't do anything with that. So I'm just gonna like reveal a monster from my hand, summon a level 5. Because that's how I'm gonna win this game. Is like just getting level 5s on board. That is like the. In last format towards WCQ, people were playing this deck. People were playing this deck, I'm sorry. They were playing the Charmers and the Zelantis and Promethean Princess, Raging Phoenix, like the old Snake Eye combo. So that would have been like the cheesy OTK line that you could have done. And in this situation, I play the Rebellion Dragon, which is 3 level 5 monsters, and you'll see what happens when I get summoned in a little bit. But like, yeah, this is like how you have to try and win the games that are winnable. Like you just have to pull them out with whatever. Theoretically, like you could go for like Paradise Smashers, but and just like try and win. But like even if they just like stick 6 bodies on board, like it's still gonna be so hard to win the game. Whenever he does get a turn to like interact with you again. So he goes Werewolf. He pops level 5, probably the best case scenario, or probably one of the only situation, the only options he has. I go Borger, and then he chains Werewolf here to snipe something. Snipe Caesar. I guess it doesn't matter. Like, yeah, it doesn't change anything. I've already used Borger effect. Caesar's already been activated as well, so nothing to do there. So here we go for Rock. I think I was supposed to go rank 5 and then Rock, technically, like in case he has a Nibiru. But yeah, so if I get nibbed, I'm pretty sure I lose the game either way. The sequencing doesn't too matter. He's just nibbed on the res. So yeah, we go for Ripper. We add Jokul, and we go for add a level 5 back. Doesn't really matter which one. We go for Holy Sue. And this is where these cards are so good. We get to add Izuna from hand, Lupus, and then we go for, so Arc Rebellion XYZ Dragon, cannot be destroyed by card effects, and then detachable material gains the attack equal to the total original attack of all other monsters in the field. And then if you use a Dark White XYZ monster, so if you're using a rank up for it, it has another effect to negate effects. And then only monster that can attack this turn. So cool, I get to gain whatever, 93, 10,000 from his board, and then an additional 4,000 for mine. So one big thing to notice here is like if Werewolf was in defense mode, I just lose the game. So like this is just like, hey, I recognize that my opponent made a mistake. Like if Werewolf's in defense, I can't win. Like theoretically, it's like, oh cool, big monster, can't out it. But in this situation, it opened up an opportunity for me to take advantage of it. If that wasn't available to me, I think I just can't do anything. I can't really think of any other 5s, like making Typhon doesn't do anything. Like, I should take it back. I'd probably just like go for Zeus, try and wipe his board, and then just like play a grind game. With whatever, probably like, I don't even know what I would trigger. I guess I would like Nash Knight, into Zeus and just like try and play a game from there. That game's very difficult to win. I have whatever next to 0 follow up in my hand. And then yeah, like I'd have Lupus for whatever Valen on his turn and like try to play a grind game. But playing cards like this and like the Charmer package, like the Vanquishal deck is good in a grind, but obviously you can just like lock the game out instantly. That's what you would prefer to do. So yeah, I think this was a really interesting game of just like different ways to try and win. Like if you look at a situation where I have whatever 2 5s and a border, you're like, okay, like this game's like effectively over. But the important thing is just like, hey, like what is my win con? My win con in here is pulling out just like how do I game? And luckily we have the extra utility to make that happen. So yeah, thanks for watching. Again, check out Metafy, Twitter, everything down below. And yeah, see you in the next one.